Dear guests, and to all of those watching online on the stream, I welcome you here to the heart of Gróska, the home of innovation here in Vatnsmýrin in Reykjavík, where we are about to kick off this final phase of the startup SuperNova Business Accelerator program. For the past 10 weeks, 10 projects selected this spring have been working on and polishing their ideas in an intensive program, and today they are ready to pitch their ideas to you, the audience, players in this field, investors, and others alike. My name is Jóhann Alfreð, and I will be your host for today, which is a beautiful day. We have great weather, which has been way too rare this summer. We had a lot of dumbungur in Reykjavík and this summer, as we call it, and útsýningur. But I'm very sorry, we're only 90 seconds into the program, and I'm already starting to talk about the weather, but this happens very frequently here in Iceland, so I hope you bear with me. But anyway, it is a beautiful day to listen to some new and fresh ideas in this new growth center for new ideas and innovation, Gróska, and in this brand new auditorium. They are actually still working on the house, so it's definitely fitting for today's agenda. And now for the people sitting here in the audience, as this is a seated event, we do have some protocols. In accordance to new regulations because of COVID, we need everyone sitting in here to register to the event. Now you see on the slide here in back of me a QR code. So use your camera to scan it and you will be transferred to a site where you will be asked to register with your name and kennitala. And that is pretty much all of the paperwork we will have to do for the audience for today. But of course, it's also a Friday, so it was necessary for us to have these disco balls here from NOAA. They are already in place. Yes, give the disco balls a hand, please. Can I hear from the audience? A little cheering, yes. Because we will also have some great music in the intermission, and of course a meet and greet after the presentations to kick off the weekend. So we're very excited about all of this. But to begin with, we have here start the presentations of our 10 projects. We have some speakers coming in beforehand. Now, Startup SuperNova is a collaboration between Icelandic startups and the telecom company NOAA. It was founded last year and has its headquarters here in this building. And to launch this schedule and give us some more insights into the operation and the business accelerator that has been going on for the last 10 weeks, we have project manager Elsa Bjarnadóttir. Give her a very warm welcome.
Hello everyone and welcome to Gróska. Gróska means growth, and that is the core of the vision behind this building and the innovative community it hosts. We believe that people with innovative ideas and strong values will be key players in making the world a better place. By enhancing people's lives and coming up with great solutions to the problems we face at this time. Startup SuperNova is a joint project of Icelandic startups and NOVA. The program provides proven methods to accelerate new businesses. At the start of the summer, a group of 10 startups were carefully selected from 84 applications to join the super intensive 10-week-long program with the aim of getting them investment ready. During that time, they come in contact with up to 100 individuals, experienced entrepreneurs, investors, and other specialists. They have shared their knowledge, provided feedback, and opened their network to support the SuperNova founders in their journey. Thank you for your valuable efforts and contribution. This is the second year of Startup SuperNova. We are thrilled to bring you again an online Investor Day. This day marks an exciting milestone for everyone involved and the beginning of a new chapter for the participating startups. We hope that by bringing Investor Day to the public, it will increase awareness of innovation and inspire people to come forward with their great ideas. I want to thank the passionate Icelandic Startups team for making everything work behind the scenes. Freyr, Sunna, Ása, Kristín, and Edith. You guys are amazing. And we would not be here without our sponsors. Thanks to Huawei for supporting one of our teams, and Nova for their continuous support of the whole program, and the great and fun collaboration. Startup SuperNova teams, you've all been working very hard, and we could not be prouder. This is your day, and we look forward to being inspired by you. Thank you.
So please let us applaud again for the great team, Icelandic startups and their collaborators. We are also very honored today to have with us the Minister of Industry and Innovation. She's going to address us now, so I want you to give a very warm welcome to Þórdís Kolbrún Reykfjörð Gylfadóttir. Gjörðu svo vel.
Dear guests, first I would just like to say congratulations on Icelandic Startups SuperNova Investor Day, where the 10 teams from a 10-week accelerator program present their innovative proposals. All the 10 teams are fine representatives of the spirit of innovation that the government of Iceland wants to support and nurture in cooperation, of course, with other stakeholders. I have said many times, and I'm glad to see some new faces because I probably say this, I don't say this too often, but I say this very often, that innovation cannot be treated as an entirely separate sector of our government. Rather, it must be central to our thinking, and it must inform a wide range of policies in other sectors as well. And neither can innovation be regarded as a luxury or something that is nice to have or should be treated lightly. To the contrary, innovation is 100% and absolutely our very key to our continued prosperity, increased wealth creation, better standards of living, and thus a better quality of life. And this is something that I think that I can't stress enough, and people in general can't stress enough. At this moment in time, with elections around the corner, I cannot help but look back at what we have achieved together over the past 4 years. 4.5 years, actually. The new innovation policy for Iceland was developed and adopted, and a clear plan of action set in motion. As you all know, several important actions have already been implemented, resulting in significant improvements to the support infrastructure of innovation in Iceland, which was already quite favorable. I have no doubt whatsoever that we will continue on this good path, which has been laid out in the innovation policy. Equally importantly, I believe the innovation policy has contributed to a positive shift in attitudes towards innovation and our efforts to support and nurture new and innovative solutions and businesses. The success of many companies, both established ones and new ones, in recent years has laid most doubts to rest. The introduction of the policy has sharpened our focus and provided a clear direction forward. The policy vision of Iceland as the land of innovation is within reach, and we are all pulling together as a team towards this goal. These past few months have been challenging for many, but in spite of the pandemic, I believe that we can say that on the whole, external factors have generally moved in favorable direction for innovators and startups, not least with respect to financing. Icelandic startups has also been through some significant changes over the past few years. And I also want to take this opportunity to commend Icelandic startups for showing resilience through these changes and adapting quickly and effectively to new circumstances. In doing so, you are indeed leading by example. I also want to congratulate you on your new home here in Gróska, which is quickly turning into an innovation center with great possibilities for sharing ideas and establishing new connections. And I hope you will have a long and prosperous future here in this house or home. Dear friends, the past months have shown us once more that severe and difficult challenges are an inescapable fact of life. This is not new news to innovators and entrepreneurs. Your very mission is to overcome difficult challenges. You look for them to try to resolve them in order to help others to overcome theirs. Thank you to Icelandic startups for continuing to play a vital role in fostering innovation in Iceland. Thank you to all the sponsors of your work and of this event. And last but not least, congratulations to all the teams presenting here today for being an inspiration for me and others. And then just in general to the innovative people and entrepreneurs. This should not sound like a funeral, but I'm just saying, I want to thank you for being fun, for being passionate, for being ambitious, and show resilience. Because and I truly mean this, with people like you, anything is possible, and you show the rest of us that anything is possible. Because the truth is, anything really is possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Þórdís. And now we move to our keynote speaker of the day. Company Controlant was founded here in Iceland in 2007 with its mission to transform the global supply chain. You might have heard about them in the news in recent months, as Controlant has been on the forefront in the battle against the pandemic with distributing COVID vaccines all over the world. And recently, they finished a new round of funding. Now, today, we have with us their CTO and co-founder, Erlingur Brynjólfsson. Erlingur holds a bachelor and a master's degree in electrical engineering here from the University of Iceland. So I would like us to please give a very warm welcome to the stage, Erlingur Brynjólfsson. Gjörðu svo vel.
Thank you. Hi everyone. Thrilled to be here today with you on this event. I want to begin by congratulating all of the people or the entrepreneurs that got forward in this accelerator program. Yeah, so good to see entrepreneurs flourish here in this country. We definitely, Control definitely benefited from programs like this in the past. We many years ago we participated in Gullleikir or the Golden Egg Awards, and we there had an idea that we formulated into a business plan, and we competed and we ended up winning that competition. A fun fact about that is that the idea that we won on the business plan revolved around is exactly, or not exactly the same thing as we're doing today, but it's, the fundamentals are the same. So this was sort of the first true validation, or one of the first true validations of that our idea was something worth pursuing. So yeah, so very good to participate in programs like this, at least in our experience. When I was asked to have a short talk here today, I thought about what to say, and I really wanted to say something that I would have benefited from knowing when I was starting this journey with my co-founders. And that could be a very long talk, because I would like to say very much to myself 15 years ago. So it boiled down to two things, and that's going against the current, and the other thing is being patient, and how these two things relate to each other. So on going against the current, we have today a lot of entrepreneurs presenting their ideas. They have sat down with their ideas, thought about them, formulated them. They have participated in this accelerator. That takes courage, and you are here today to present in front of you all and investors. And that takes courage, and you're going against the current. you know, so it's yeah, it's important to be able to take these risks and move forward. And this is something that you should be very proud of. For control length, going against the current, that's a part of our sort of DNA in a way. We have many times gone against the current. And sometimes we failed, or quite often, actually. We would try out different things, and they would not work out. We would just not pursue them anymore. But then, in some cases, we would succeed. And in those cases, that proved to be a very significant improvement to the value that we could bring to our customers. So very good to do that. I'm actually going to jump to my small cheat sheet here. And in one case, it relates to when we were starting to sell our products in Scandinavia and Europe. We had a cloud-based solution. We used wireless technology. We used cellular communication, etc. And we sort of bundled that into an end-to-end solution that we were offering to warehouses and pharmacies in Iceland. And then we were hoping to get that going in Europe as well. And what happened there was that when we presented this to the potential customers, they would like the idea. It would resonate with them. They would nod and like what we were proposing. But when they heard about the technology that were lying underneath it, wireless, cloud-based, they would not like that. They would want wired solutions and on-premise servers for their data. That feels very weird today that someone would actually want that, but that was certainly the case then, especially in the pharmaceutical industry. And we did not want to go forward with that. We really stick to our vision because we knew that this would be something big. We knew that this would shift the industry significantly later on. And the reason for why we knew that is that 2 hours prior to that, we had the swine flu, and the authorities were buying vaccines for the nation, and they reached out to us and wanted to get a solution to monitor the vaccines. And like any true startup, we just said yes. Maybe we sort of implied that we had a shelf product, but we definitely did not. But that's, the startup game. You can probably some relate to this. But what came out of that was that we had, this was a huge success. I mean, it was, at least compared to what we are doing now, a small rollout. But for us then, it was a huge rollout. We were going into tens of healthcare clinics. And all of the data that we gathered and how this progressed and the results from this were just staggering. We could see how much benefit the industry could get from utilizing a service and solution like we were offering. So that gave us courage. I mean, that was an indication that we were going in the right direction. But it also gave us courage to be patient, because we were going against the stream. We were not following the competition. But we also knew that what we were doing would eventually happen. We just did not know how long it would take. And when I say patience, I don't only refer to us, the founders. I'm referring to our awesome employees that have stuck true to the vision, and also our investors. I can see Svana is here from Frumtak. They've been an amazing partner in all of this and have believed in our vision. So we're well grateful for that. But last but not least, because my wife is watching, our spouses, they've been had to be very, very patient for the last 10 or 15 years with us. So what happens after this? We start to get a few sales. No big bangs there, but we can see we're progressing in the right direction. And then a few years later, we got the first big pharmaceutical customer. We can call that an early adopter, because they were the first of the big ones to go forward with our solution. And then a year after, we got another one, and then a year after that, and that's 2019, we could see something change. then the big pharmaceutical companies were looking in our direction. They were seeing what was happening with the other that had already started to use our solutions. And we got contrast with some of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world. And we can feel that at that time point that the shift that we had anticipated and knew that would happen was actually happening. And then COVID came, and that's a terrible disease going out through the world, and the pharmaceutical companies were starting to make the vaccines. And we were approached by Pfizer. They had one of the vaccines, as you know, and we seemed to have the right solution for them. And that may seem like luck, but you create your own luck. And in this case, it was the fact that we had gone against the current. We had been investing in development for years, making these solutions. I'm not going to say that the solution was ready for the rollout that we did with them, but the foundations were ready. And the company, we were up to that place where we could actually scale, although it has been a lot of work for our amazing employees to go through all of that. So I think it relates a lot to the luck that we created for ourselves. It relates to the fact that we went up against the stream and we were patient. So I guess what I'm saying boils really down to something that I would almost consider as a fact, is that if you want to do something truly significant and have an impact on an entire industry that I feel Control is having on the pharmaceutical industry, for example, or change the lives of people and community, you really need to go against the current, and you need to take risks. And in our case, we had to be very patient in the process. So that was very important for us. So I want to use the opportunity to praise the organizers of this event and this program and others similar to that. Control.net, as I said, we have benefited from this work. You're doing very important work for the startup community. So just very happy that you are doing this good work. I'm looking forward to the presentations, and I wish you good luck with your pitches, and I want to thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much. And so we continue. Now, in all theatrics, there's a certain trick to build up some suspense, to have empty chairs on the stage. Well, these seats are reserved for our panel of today. We have two individuals in the panel who are deeply rooted in innovation and entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurship community. Hekla Arnardóttir is a founding partner of Crowberry Capital, which specializes in seeds and early stage tech companies investment. And then we have Magnús Skeving, entrepreneur, the founder and the creator of LazyTown, the original Sportacus, and of course, as my childhood memory remembers, the two-time European champion in aerobics. So please give them a very warm welcome. Yeah. Now it's time for the presentations, the main part of the program for today, and we will allocate around 4 minutes for questions from our panel after the presentations, so which the team will answer, and we hope to get some fresh aspects and some good questions on the projects with the panel's participation. So it's very good to have you with us for today. And now it is time for us to start hearing the presentations and pitches from our teams. We have great variety in our projects, all from, I mean, it's so diverse, it's very cool. We have all sorts of stuff to hear about, from sustainable clothing to hydrogen, to pets and health, real estate and remote working. So it's going to be a very fun and exciting day which is ahead of us. And we start with Plio, with innovation in planning for pharmaceutical companies. So please give a warm welcome to the stage, Jóhann Guðbergason. Gjörðu svo vel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jói, and this is not working. We are Plio. We create the best visual planning solution for the generic pharmaceutical industry. We already have our first 2 customers, Corey Pharma and MS Pharma, who are using and love our solution. When the Evergreen stranded in the Suez Canal early this year, it had big impact on companies all over the world. Planners in pharmaceutical companies had to change their plans because they couldn't get raw materials on time. This is Sheena. She is one of those planners. Her responsibilities are to take orders that are coming in from customers and make sure the final products are manufactured and delivered on requested dates. There are many complexities to make it all work. She has to think about raw materials availability, cleaning times of machines, bottlenecks, and other factors. When the Evergreen incident happened, she had to redo all the plans in Excel. But she couldn't come up with a plan that was very good. So her customers got late deliveries, and that cost a lot of money. But in the same week, she also had to juggle many things around: order changes, people being sick, machine broken, causing lots of different plans being created. This is a common problem. The tools or the solutions our customers could buy or can buy are old-fashioned big packages that are hard to implement and use, but we have a solution. There is no solution in industry like ours. It's modern, flexible, cloud-based, and easy to use, and it provides high value. Now, instead of creating all those plans, Sheena can just drag visually, and everything is recalculated and optimized on the fly. She is happy, and our customers are happy. The visual planner is the heart of the solution, but we also handle other parts, like optimize how much and when to produce each product, and ensure to order raw materials on time. Full control. The pharmaceutical market size is around 5,600 billion. Of that, the generic market is around 330 billion, and our target market of small to medium-sized companies is around 70 billion. We provide outstanding value and can charge premium prices. So, our estimated average annual revenue per customer is 100,000 euros. We know this industry and what it needs. The Plio founding team has over 20 years experience each in the supply chain and pharmaceutical manufacturing industry. Most of the time has been spent
in optimizing processes like these, both with automation, but also in building tools that people like to use and save them money. Our goal is that Plyo Planner will be the #1 solution in the world that directly addresses the pain points of pharmaceutical companies in planning. When we get there, we can expand into other manufacturing industries. The next step is to scale up. And for that, we need investors to come on this journey with us, to provide the fuel so we can build up the team and storm into the market. Plyo Planner is the painkiller and the vitamin that the generic pharmaceutical industry needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Johan, for a great presentation.
Thank you.
You seem to have a really good vision of your product and a good team of tech people around this product. I'm just wondering, you have a very traditional market that you're heading into. So how are you going to think about the sales team? You know, have you founded some salesperson to join the team, or what are you going to do there?
It's a good question. It's a very important step now to get a good salesperson and marketing person. We would like to get someone who has connections to the pharmaceutical industry, has the connections, but also can speak their language. And that is the first step. We have a lot of connection into the industry, so we will start to talk to the companies that we have access to. But we also want to be visible on the net with a modern website, go to conferences, write articles. So it's a whole thing. Yeah. And the marketing and the sales person is the big step now, clearly.
Johan, thank you very much. It was quite nice, actually. I love the phrase. It's really, really cool in the end there.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very nice. I'm thinking about, have you tested this idea with any companies in Iceland or smaller markets anywhere? Have you tested it? Have you done any tests on it? Does it work like you want it to work, and et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah. 2 years ago, we made a contact with Coripharma, and we had the platform before that with inventory optimization and lots of things. But the visual planner was developed in close cooperation with Coripharma, and they are using it today. With all the planning. So we have a good test model there, and then later MS Pharma is using the same solution. So we have validated the product, but the next step is to go into the other product companies and try it out.
Yeah, because you said you're going to step up and scale it.
Yeah.
What are you thinking there?
The main thing is to get more customers, but build up the team to go into and sell the product. We need implementers, and we have to continue developing it, so it's all connected. But getting salespersons who can get us the next sales is very important.
Maybe a little bit more depth on the market opportunity. You mentioned the market size for this type of pharma market that you're going into, but how about, do you know anything about the size of the markets of services to this market? Like selling them, software or any other, products?
My colleague will be here with me later afterwards. He is more into the market itself, but we have had talks with few companies and also in other industries, and it seems to be very common just to use Excel for it because the existing packages are big, complex, hard to implement, very cost a lot of money. So the need is to move out of Excel and have more visual planning and be able to do it so people understand.
Great. So you will be building a new market for
Yeah.
this product.
Yeah.
Great.
You said this was the only solution on the market, almost like that. There's nothing out there similar to this. Is there a lot of competition in? Because you said that you are doing something brand new. So would you say you are? Should you be patient, like it's going to come later, or are they ready to buy it right now, or is it not there yet?
I think because of all the new technologies, like the cloud, AI, all that, the time is now to take their planning up to the next step. The competition is basically many things, companies that are solving 100 different things, from invoicing to finance, and this is one part of that. So they can't be very good in everything. So we want to focus on a small thing in there and be the best there. I haven't found, I have done some research, I've talked to a lot of people, and nobody knows about a product that's similar. So if there is, they have not a good marketing team, I think.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Johan.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Takk fyrir, Johan. Now, as you see here, we also have a QR code for each project. So you can take your phones, you can scan the QR code and get some more information about that team, about that project. But we will continue. From planning in the pharmaceutical industry, we go to clean tech and energy and hydrogen. The next team to present is Iðunn H2, and please give a warm welcome to their presenter, Auður Baldvinsdóttir. Gjörðu svo vel.
Hello, everyone. The clicker is not working. Here we go. My name is Auður. I am CEO and co-founder of Iðunn H2, developer of green hydrogen. Now, when my partner Gylfi and I decided to establish Iðunn H2 last fall, we were motivated to try to help solve one of humanity's greatest problems. And that is our reliance on fossil fuels. So we need to stop. Now, in some respects, we're doing well, like in the global transition to renewable power, but other aspects are harder to decarbonize and will require clean fuels like green hydrogen. Now, these sectors include and are not limited to industrial applications, heavy transport both on land and at sea, as well as home heating. Now, what is green hydrogen? And what makes it so special? Well, green hydrogen is a clean energy carrier that is made by splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen using electricity. If the electricity is green, if the electricity is renewable, the hydrogen is considered green. Now, this might look a little complicated, but in fact, this is a known technology, and we have been using this process, electrolysis, to produce hydrogen for almost 200 years now. Hydrogen is versatile. So we can use hydrogen directly in industrial processes or in combustion, or we can run it through a fuel cell and use it to power vehicles or backup power, for instance. Also, hydrogen is transportable. Oh, this is great. Transportable. So we can produce hydrogen in low-cost, suitable areas, and we can transport it to areas that are energy deficient. Now, we've been transporting hydrogen short distances for
some time now, but this is really where the innovation kicks in, because transporting hydrogen across oceans is something that hasn't been done before. And really, the success of the global hydrogen industry depends on this being scaled up. It's only being done at the demonstration level at the time being. And the success of our project also depends on it, because we happen to be located in a very highly suitable production area. Now, why is that? Iceland's comparative advantage in hydrogen production is fourfold. So firstly, we have renewable power here, which means that, and it is cost effective, which means that any hydrogen produced here is likely to be green and likely to be low cost. Secondly, we have ample water and land here. Now, clearly, we want to preserve our pristine nature here in Iceland, but we also need to strategically move forward, guided by the fact that more Earth are faced with actual water and land scarcity. Thirdly, we build on 60 years of aluminum production here in Iceland, which means that we have the skills, we have the knowledge to deal with big industries like this. Fourthly, we have a supportive government. So we have a supportive government that has policies in place, both that are conducive to completing the energy transition here in Iceland, as well as supporting clean tech companies that are active abroad. Now, we plan to take advantage of all of the conditions that are here in Iceland. And let me tell you about our plan. So EthanH2 is developing a commercial scale hydrogen production facility in southwest Iceland. We will negotiate contracts with several renewable power producers here in Iceland. Most of the hydrogen produced will be exported overseas, with the remainder sold here in Iceland as demand grows. Now, we need to move swiftly because there are dozens of projects like this that are under development globally. Thankfully, we do not have to meet global green hydrogen demand. The only thing EthanH2 has to do is to find 1 or 2 off-takers that are willing to enter into a sales agreement with us and the time frame and the price that is suitable to us. We then take that sales agreement, bring it to the bank, and that's how you finance the construction of the project. This is traditional project finance, but with a twist, in that it's never been done with this product before at this scale and for shipment across oceans. But we know it can be done, otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. So who is we? Gylfi and I are both seasoned energy professionals. We worked together for 7 years at Landsvirkjun, the national power company of Iceland, where I was business development lead on renewable fuels, hydrogen, and the energy transition. I held national leadership positions, both as chairman of the Green Energy Alliance, Grænorkan, as well as heading the working group on the energy transition at Samorka, which is the Federation of Icelandic Utilities. I've been in this business for 17 years. My degree is in energy policy from Imperial College in London. Gylfi is an expert in power procurement, power purchase agreements, contract management, and he came over to the power industry from the logistics sector, where he was a senior manager at Eimskip for many, many years. His degree is in international marketing and management from Copenhagen Business School. And we are the people that want to make hydrogen Iceland's next export pillar. Now, we can create value using a new technology that can benefit the climate on a large scale. And that is exactly what EthanH2 intends to do. Thank you.
Auður, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was really, really nice. Well, this is big. I mean, it's a huge operation. You said you want to work with somebody overseas who's already doing it. Have you any company in mind? Is anybody out there that you say, this is really I want to work with, or country you want to start with? Or?
No, we have several.
Yeah.
We have several that we want to work with, sure.
So you have picked them out a little bit and
Well, I mean, both of us are very well connected, and we're in sort of informal dialogues with all kinds of companies. But one of the things that really benefits us is that people want to work with Iceland.
Exactly.
So we're using that. We're using that to our advantage.
You spoke about the never before. This had been taken overseas. Is there a lot of risk in it, or is it just why is that it had never been done before like that?
Well, it's never been needed before, I think is the main reason why it's never been done before. It is being done, but it's being done at this pilot level, where a little bit of hydrogen is shipped, a few hundred kilometers over ocean. Okay. But this needs to be scaled up, and it's not just us, it's other projects that are, there's a lot of money and research that is being put into this right now. So we have faith that this is going to get solved.
And the harbor will be, where would you ship it from?
Yeah, we need to be located next to a harbor if you want to do this in a cost-effective manner. And that harbor needs to have special equipment for liquefaction. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I'm so happy that you're working on this project. I think it will be good for all of us, hopefully. Maybe a question about just the business side of it. You're competing basically with fossil fuels, and I'm wondering how much, for example, higher price people are willing to pay for this kind of product, 10, 20, 30% higher, or maybe they aren't price sensitive at all, to be able to create a good business, like with good gross margins. Yeah. Maybe a heavy question, but maybe you have you started thinking about this and what kind of a business this would be?
So what I think about all day?
Yeah, good.
No, the market segment, this is an incredibly important question, and the market segments are, yes, they're very different. Mm-hmm. So we can go after a customer like Alstom Trains. They're selling hydrogen trains all over Europe, and they sell their trains with 30-year hydrogen agreements. We could go after a customer like that. I think that customer is going to be willing to pay more money because they're selling a package. They're selling green with green hydrogen, a green solution. That's one option. We could also go after one of these more traditional users of hydrogen. I think that maybe, yes, they're more price sensitive and they're used to using gray hydrogen, which is cheap and abundant. But there's lots of pressure on these companies to switch to green hydrogen. We could take advantage of that. They might be receiving local subsidies from Hamburg or wherever their local state is in Germany. It's mostly in Northern Europe that we see this happening. And that's an option as well. We could also try to sell to a hub. So a hub that is then selling green hydrogen on to other types of customers. And these are all things that we have to think about moving forward.
Great.
But I believe there is a buyer for this hydrogen. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think our time is up. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Auður. And we continue. The backstage is buzzing with representatives from the teams that will present today. I really like how diverse it is. We have older companies innovating some new stuff. We have brand new projects. And as Elsa mentioned earlier, we had one sponsor which picked a team to the Business Accelerator company Huawei, which decided to work with a brand new team, just founded this year. And you don't want to miss out on it. It's called FOMO. And so we're going to dive into a new digital credit card platform. Please welcome Mikael Ingason from FOMO. Gjörðu svo vel.
Hi everyone, my name is Mikael and I'm a co-founder of FOMO. We at FOMO are creating a digital card and an application that makes the most out of your money. When I was in university, I struggled to make ends meet. I spent an awful amount of time looking for offers and discounts, not only on food, but necessities and services, so that I could utilize as much of the money that I had. This is a common experience amongst young people. People today have a hard time to maintain on track and struggle with looking for discounts and give up. So, and from my experience in digital marketing, as well as from what market research shows, 99% of businesses miss the opportunity to gain a new customer because they're talking to the wrong ones. This creates an incredible amount of waste in ad spend, as well as a loss in return on investment, which ultimately leads into higher overhead, as well as hurting the companies and the consumers. And I began to think to myself, why isn't anyone addressing this gap? FOMO bridges that gap, and we aim to become the honey of real-time purchases. Honey is a web extension that automatically finds coupon codes online and applies them to when you're shopping. However, FOMO is unique because we use shopping cart level information from real-world purchases paired with our proprietary machine learning algorithm that enables FOMO cardholders to receive the best offers for them. Big words, but what that really means is that our users will receive discounts on products and services that they actually want, built seamlessly into the solution, creating a hassle-free experience. The digital ad spend market is growing and has been growing 10% year over year since 2006 and has amassed to a size of approximately 65 billion euros annually as of 2020. And we aim to expand into the United Kingdom, Sweden, Norway, and the Netherlands, as they're some of the leading countries in the digital ad spend space within Europe, and we believe FOMO would fit well within the strategies of those companies. And of that market share, we want to address at least 2%, creating a market opportunity of approximately 550 million euros annually and growing. How we make money. We offer businesses a targeted way to reach new and current customers to optimize their ad spend. With our platform, our dashboards, and engine, we provide them with insight about their target audience, as well as make sure they're talking to the right consumers at the right time. We're providing them with multiple levels of subscription and make sure that their goals and needs are the number one satisfaction. And secondly, we'll be focusing on anonymized data as an enterprise solution for third-party advertisers and manufacturers based on real-world consumer behavior that hasn't been seen before. In 5 years, we aim to have traction in 5 countries, 620 recurring customers, and that will translate to 7.5 million in yearly revenue. Where we're heading. In the past 2 months, we've created a fully functioning prototype that we're eager to show off to possible partners, and as well as we're already in discussion with some of the largest companies in Iceland to adopt FOMO into their ecosystem. Today, we're seeking 300 million ISK in venture funding for a 24-month runway to focus on mitigating risk and compliance, access to data, data storing, and user experience, and by February of 2022, have created key partnerships and developed the product much further than we already are. Then, by August of 2022, have a branding and marketing strategy, and already have the paying customers in Iceland to begin rolling out the product. Then lastly, having mitigated the risk for expanding into the European market, and as well as by February 2023, honing our sales funnel and customer acquisition strategy to ultimately then enter the European market. We're a team of hungry doers with a shared vision, with ranging skills ranging from sales and marketing, IT, machine learning, business development, software development, and last but not least, innovation. And what we have in common is our shared experience in the fintech industry at SaltPay, and we've seen where the space is headed. We have the map, we have the vision. Can you power our engines and help and join us on this journey to help make the lives of people better? Thank you. Before we start the questions, I would like to ask my team members to also join on stage, if that's okay.
Great, welcome. Thanks a lot for
We have a mic over there. Yeah, sorry.
for a good presentation.
Thank you.
Could become a very powerful product that you are working on, but also you're stepping into a fierceful competition with a lot of players and very strong players in the market. Can you maybe give us a better insight on the background of the team that will help you on that journey?
Well, well, we don't have all 5
Since
members
you have
here.
all of you here.
Yeah, we almost have all. We're missing one,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it today. But the background is, like I said before, was at SaltPay and Borgun, where we learned a lot about the acquiring side of the business and what that meant into. And that's kind of where we built the product itself. It's on a third-party acquirer that gives out and issues the cards for us, so we can focus on the consumer experience and make sure that the consumer is the heart of the product itself, and we don't have to think about issuing the cards and having the infrastructure for that. And so that's the idea behind it.
You talked about that you want to go to Europe, like market in Europe.
Correct.
Is there any market that you want to, where do you want to start?
Ideally, I think right now we're still mitigating of exactly which one to start with. It depends on where our product fits well and how we can access the data itself. That kind of depends on the strategy of if we go and write against the EPOS providers. And so that kind of depends on how we can optimize our development and not have a quicker turnaround to make sure that we can get as many companies on board by getting one EPOS provider, and then get a lot of companies that we can provide our services with. And so that's kind of the idea, is to make sure that when we select a country, that we can pair ourselves well within that country and the EPOS providers there to give better service for the companies that are existing in that specific country.
As you said, you are relying a lot on the users of your cards to build, a product for your actual customer.
Correct.
So how are you going to do that? How are you going to get people using your product?
Right, that's a good question, how we get that. I think if Charlotte might want to come in on that.
So can you hear me? Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of just interviews, research with people we don't know. We had a partnership with Mackay and offered people to come just from anywhere and just have a bowl in a change of interview. And the main message from that interview is that if we can offer some better benefits than existing cards offer, people are willing to change and try something new. Especially our target group, which is young people from 20 to 35, young professionals, students, new families, and it's very important for them to get their benefits through their cards and their payment solutions.
Is there a critical mass that you have to reach through to get things going, or when can you really start? Yeah.
Sorry?
Is there a critical mass of users that you need to get going?
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to work better with the bigger mass we have, but in the beginning we will just have to start with, anonymous data sets, as well as just start using consumers' behavior, just to, advance the models we're creating. Okay. So it's always going to be better with more mass, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just going to ask you, I saw on the photos, and maybe in your team, it's just boys.
Yeah, I know. Our first hire, I promise, will be a female, and we want diversity. It's not that we just want to be 5 white guys. It's not the idea. It's just, it happened to be that way.
But just make sure to give her also stock options in it.
Yeah, I agree,
definitely.
100%.
We have, like, our main, advisors now is females, so we strongly just go to them before we look at all places.
Yeah.
I saw that you're going to be in Iceland for now, for almost like 1.5 years.
Correct.
Isn't it something?
Yep.
Only 2. What would be your ideal if you were successful in Iceland? What in your mind is a great success in Iceland if you finish that task? If I would come back to you in 1.5 years?
I think ideally we want to have a solution where it also has enterprise solutions, for example, grocery stores, where, for example, you can walk into the store and all of a sudden that app detects that you're inside the store and provides you deals when you're walking, for example, in Krónan or in Hagkaup or Bonus or you name it, and you get already based on, because you are a consumer that they want to talk to, and because, for example, in Krónan they have thousands of different products from different providers. And they're competing for your time and making sure that they're talking to the right people. And so that's kind of where we want to be down the road.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Takk strókar. Já, þetta gengur bara vel hjá okkur. I was telling them how I'm not a player in this field, so I've been very fascinated by how diverse the ideas and what the teams are working on here today. And now we go to something completely else. We go to new innovation in traveling in the country. So what would happen if we would merge sauna and a bus? And to answer that question from the team, sauna bus, we have Árni Georgsson. Give him a gott klapp.
Sauna Bus combines flexible travel, nature, health, and health experience in one product. 6 years ago, Bus Travel current team took over one of the lowest rated tourism companies in Iceland and turned it into the highest one in just 3 years. We had a fantastic opportunity to redesign the customer journey and the experience. New products are the key elements to our company, and now we are ready for something more. We are ready for the next adventure. Iceland has amazing natural resources and beauty, but they're not fully utilized in tourism. The day tourism is too homogeneous. There's a market gap for unique, private, and innovative travel experience. We know how to make outstanding travel experience, and with the right tools, we can make a great change in the experience of the day tours and bring it up to the next level, internationally and also locally. Our solution is the Sauna Bus, a spin-off out of Bus Travel. We'll remodel a sauna bus, we'll remodel a mountain bus and change it into a sauna bus. This is a vehicle that does a few limits and can get you through difficult routes, and so you can experience and exploit the nature fully. We start by focusing on day tours and Northern Lights tours in the beginning, and later on shorter day tours, private tours, and multiple day tours. Mobile saunas with self-payment features will follow later on when we'll scale up the project and make different utilities, different sauna buses for different utilities. The sauna bus is unique in that way that it's the first product that's specifically dedicated to the wellness needs market, the tourism of the 21st century. It's first to market because it's the first mobile sauna bus ready to use in day tours. And the design, it's designed with the help and input of experts that have produced vehicles that have been to the most remote places on the globe. And the sauna bus is authentic. The elements that make up the sauna bus are sauna experience in nature, historical and cultural references, rituals, mental and physical benefits of sauna, the wow moments, Northern Lights, 24 hours of daylight, Northern Lights, and flexible locations, glaciers, rivers, waterfalls. You can get wherever you want to with it. Why now? Why sauna bus? The wellness tourism market is the fastest growing tourism market in the world. It grows by 10% every year. 91% of Icelandic visitors to Iceland said the main reason they came here was the nature. More than 80% said they wanted to try something new. Our field research with our customers show that 60% of our customers would like to buy a sauna bus tour. This is a product that can change the future of international tourism by making the super experience affordable and accessible for the regular tourist. The marketing strategy will be focusing on by spreading the experience taken up to another level and made accessible will be with reviews from customers. Also advertisements via social media and Google Ads, and also influencers and guerrilla marketing with sauna pop-ups, for example. Tourists choose where to go by looking at content and from whom to buy by looking at reviews. If our bus has wings, they're made out of reviews and coverage. Our target market is the fun-loving globetrotter and the independent explorer. And they share together that they're health-conscious and adventurous people, but also locals in Iceland, group of friends, workplaces, etc. Our business model is that we'll sell the Saunabus tours at the Saunabus webpage. We'll make contracts with Icelandic and foreign resellers, and we'll produce more sauna vehicles when we'll expand. And when the Icelandic market is saturated, we'll expand to similar markets like Norway and Canada and work with the locals, and the risk is moderate. The Saunabus team is made out of veterans in the tourism sector. Combined, we do have more than 30 years of work experience in the sector, and we all work for Bus Travel Iceland. I'm the project manager of the Saunabus project, and with me on the team are Boye, chairman of the company, Christian Karl, head of marketing and sales, and Leo Alsved, social media and content creator and an inventor. We've been making adventures and making great things for people, hosting festivals and traveling the world. Now we want to share once in a lifetime with people. It's my firm belief that the Saunabus will take us to places we haven't been to before. Full steam ahead. Takk fyrir.
Takk fyrir þetta. Þetta bara eins og movie, það bara punchline í lokin alltaf bara. I have questions for you. In the picture of the bus, I have a few questions in one.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like there is any like a dressing room to take off your clothes, and I'm not sure what scale is it for. Is it a luxury bus, or is it just what kind of tourism are you looking for? Is it different? Do you have like for regular tourists and then for somebody who's gonna higher scale? You can scale it up, or is it more luxury, or? And where do you take your clothes off?
Yeah.
And I saw there was two showers.
This is a great question. You know, I should have had an arrow. So this is the place where you change your clothes and take a sauna.
Okay.
Take a shower.
In the back.
So the sauna is in the back part of the bus, and you can see the kitchen, you know, where we're going to be making the drinks, and that will be seats for 25 people. So, you know, we thought about that. I know me and you, we don't need a changing room and take a shower. But yeah, for guests that come from places that they don't like to be naked in front of other people, then we do have a solution, and it's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, so we'll scale up with more vehicles. We start with just one or two. And so the thing is, just how much effort what do we want to put into it? We could scale up with, and the thing is, for whom are we, you know, who's going to be buying our tours? The thing is, we want to make the super experience affordable and accessible for the regular tourist. So meaning that we are selling to Jack and Jill, Jón og Gunnar, and there's a great market for that. It's like people they want to do something unique, for example, there are products you can do something unique, but we need more, and so the people that it's expensive to come to Iceland, and so people they are ready to spend on tours that that are maybe in 25,000-30,000 kroner, Icelandic kroner.
Maybe you take the Nova disco balls.
yeah. And the thing is about this product, we start with regular day tours and Northern Lights tours, but we can spin off everywhere. You know, we can, probably, we could have had a photo, with the sauna bus just in front of Thingvellir. Nice to bathe there and go into a sauna. or watch the Northern Lights, you know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, you talk about this like a bus, like a day tour bus that you join and then you go to sauna maybe once a day. But why not just being a sauna bus that you can travel anywhere, like Isbíllinn, you know Isbíllinn? It always appears when you need it the most, and they always know where you are, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody buys an ice cream. Why not just have a car that you can take anywhere, and then you are walking Landmannalaugar or something, and you can take a sauna there? Is that the plan? Or?
Yeah, that's also a plan.
Okay.
We've been talking about the bus should be like Isbíllinn.
Yeah.
But we'll start with the day tours, meaning 5 to 6 hours tours we operate 300 days a year.
Yeah.
This is what we do. We operate tours 62 days a year or 61 days a year to the most popular destination in Iceland. But we want to go a little bit further. We want to take it up to the next step. And this is what we start with the bus. You know, this is where we can get the most out of it. But we will have more vehicles because, you know, it's if the demand is like that. We start with this one, then we start with multi-day tours, then we start with shorter tours close to Reykjavik, because if you live at Gravarvogur, you maybe would like to go to, you know, be in the sauna bus 3 times a week. So we'll develop the product.
Mm-hmm. And just one serious question: how profitable can this one bus be? You know, how you know.
So it can be profitable. You know, it's like 20 seats. You fill the bus with 20 seats, and you operate the tour costs 25,000 kroner, and you can use it 300 times a year, and you can use the bus in the winter time. Then you can use it twice a day, and you can also have a vehicle that you use more often with shorter tours. And it all depends on the demand, and we but if there's a demand for different tours, we'll operate different tours, and we do have a lot of ideas of what kind of tours we'll operate. But it is profitable. You know, we've been calculating it, but you know, I thought it was responsible because the calculation they are so steep.
Yeah.
But of course but the thing is, the main point is, of course, to bring the luxury part of the tourism and the experience to regular people, and that's the main point why we're doing this.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Brilliant, takk fyrir þetta. And now for the last presentation before we take the intermission. Procura has already made a name for itself. We're going to the property market. They've been developing tools for the real estate market, and from their team, Procura, to present, give a warm welcome to Gandri Bergman. Gjörðu svo vel.
Thank you. I just want to start with emphasizing on what Erlingur said earlier, because 10 years ago today, almost to the minute, I was standing in front of the altar at the Black Church of Búðir, getting married for the first and hopefully last time. And so this is to Sigrún. I love you. Couldn't have done it without you. Okay. My name is Gandri Bergman, and I'm the founder of Procura, a platform where property owners find services, advice, and information related to their property. In Iceland, residential property is a 60 trillion ISK asset category, and as such, the most important one for most of us. In Denmark, it's around 60 trillion, and about the same in Norway. Procura started out as an idea for realtors to calculate property market price, and is now the largest and most visited independent property platform in the country. This current version of Procura is the result of a unique collaboration between two people over less than a year. And now we have almost 200,000 monthly evaluations, over 100,000 page views, and thousands of registered users. All of which show that Procura is already an important part of our daily property business. Our visitor base has grown 10 times since January. Number of registered users doubles every 3 months. And if you only look at realtors, we have more visits than all of them combined. We are generating revenue, and we have a proof of concept. In addition, we are collaborating with different companies and industries to create more value for us, our partners, and most importantly, our customers and users. Our revenue model consists of direct sales of services, collaboration with our partners, and market analysis from our unique set of data. Today, we value the obtainable domestic market at around 10 billion ISK, from which we plan to reach 2.2 billion in 2025. The Scandinavian market, apart from Finland, is approximately 260 billion, from which we plan to reach 11 billion in 2025. What will help us achieve that and stay number one is our sophisticated software, from which we can calculate and estimate property prices with great accuracy, define and automate almost all of the transaction process, and provide relevant first-class services to property owners, all of which help us sustain and grow our user base and traffic. Let's also take a moment to appreciate the quality of our software. A very high-scoring A. Here we have 3 other fintech sites, and if we compare them, they don't even come close. D being their highest score. As to speed, we know that internet users have an attention span about 2 seconds when they're opening a new website. Just look at it. 5.5 seconds for our closest follower. We're at 1.4. These are the reasons users choose Procura and why we are able to offer better services at a lower price while still maintaining great margins. Our users appreciate access to free valuations, property information, and our simple UI. They like how we have redefined the transaction process and how we have set our sales fee at a market-leading fixed price. They like our tools, and they just love how they can manage and fiddle with their property in the security of their online home on Procura's platform. For example, our most recent smart solution offers them a simple way to pay less for electricity. So, although we help homeowners sell and buy properties in a more transparent and user-friendly way, our revenue and service models are designed for the home ownership lifecycle as a whole. So, why us? What makes us unique? Well, they said think different. Coming from different countries and different generations, we definitely think differently. We, however, share the vision of simplicity. We are both exceptionally good at defining the box and then think of a solution outside of it. Our different perspectives, qualities, and experiences allow us to envision the broader picture and paint it. In Procura, we have the ingredients. We have a proof of concept, and we have a plan. We will minimize risk by maximizing revenue from the domestic market. We have already begun to harvest and analyze property data from Scandinavia, and we plan to launch test projects in Norway and Denmark before end of year. Our vision is clear. Our strategy is working. And our goal is to grow from Iceland to Scandinavia and beyond. We have found common ground and built a powerful solution, and most importantly, found a reason for our customers to use it. We are going places, and we'd like to offer you the opportunity to join us and help us expand. My name is Gandri Bergman, and together with my co-founder, Alex Kostin, we have built Procura, the future in real estate. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations. You have a great product out there. I was looking at it yesterday. And I think it's really good that you can, the valuation of your home, the price of your home, you can really get immediate value when you enter the page. I think that's really cool. I'm just wondering about, you are going to, go into international markets. Mm-hmm. How difficult is it to scale this product? I know you have access to everything you need here to be able to provide this product, but how difficult is it to get access to that abroad?
Well, first of all, it's probably very difficult to expand to an international market. Yes, but with the data, it's actually a bit simpler to access data, both in Norway and Denmark, which we have mostly examined, than it is here. It's also considerably cheaper, because the biggest hurdle for us has been access to data here in Iceland, and the price of the data, because state seems to sit on their data like, nobody else can see it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the data is readily available. It's a good data, so to speak, and we have already started to examine it and analyze it.
Cool.
André, it was a fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
Because it was really clear, and it was really simple to follow, and it was almost too good. Almost. It was like, I was like, what is the problem here?
Now comes the bust. Now comes the bust.
But it was really like, I liked it a lot. And
thank you.
I was really, wow. Okay, it's no problem. First time in history that I can work in a company. And
join us.
I would like a little bit like to know, because sometimes Iceland is very small. I remember the president of the Coca-Cola company says once, why do you need a marketing plan? Why don't you just call everybody and ask them to buy the product? Because in Iceland sometimes everything is, but when you go to another country and you try to scale something like this, have you thought about it? What steps are you going to take into Scandinavia? You're saying, is it Denmark, Norway, Sweden, or what?
Well, we have started...
How would people know about your product?
Yeah, we have started to analyze the data, and we plan to set out a test project in both countries, where we plan to do, or just imitate what we have done here, and try to set out free, valuable service to the homeowners in both Denmark and Norway. We will probably start in some cities and try to expand from there, and use our experience in getting ourselves in #1 spots in search results, and try to grow the organic traffic and market it on social media.
So, and your money would come from?
We are doing the test projects. We would do just as we have done here. So it would just be a direct cost. We would offer the services for free, try to gain foothold and get the traffic and get the users to appreciate our service and our brand or our company. And we would also use, because we are generating revenue here in Iceland, and even though this is only Iceland and it's tiny, it's a lot of money in the market. And if we can maximize the revenue from here and the revenue streams from Iceland, it would be some sort, we could use that to spend in marketing in the other countries and build up our solution.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
For our intermission, we're going to take a short break, 15 minutes or so. We will have music outside. MC Gauti is going to perform. It's going to be really nice, so it's good to stretch now, get some coffee, bublubíllinn, soda, whatever, and we'll meet again in approximately 15 minutes. Takk fyrir.
Joke. Allir að ussa. Það lefa þess einu sinni viðbúta þegar fólki að koma út, sko. Ég veit við eigum að vera að sinna streyminu, en mér bara eiginlega alveg saman, sko. Ok. Þegar borgin slekkur á sér, gítarinn upp það. Á finn ég losnum þessa depurð. Ég veit ekkert hvað amar að mér. Get ekkert í því gert. Ég þannig að Guði gerð. Ég ekki eins og fólk flest. Nei, ég var að sýna fegurð. Ég hef alltaf verið tossi úr skólalífsins. Get ekkert í því gert. Ég þannig að Guði gerð. En við kunnum allavega að hafa gaman. Eyðileggjum líf okkar og hlæjum síðan yfir þessu saman. En við kunnum allavega að hafa gaman. Eyðileggjum líf okkar og grátum síðan yfir þessu saman. Ég veit að moldin mun kalla á mig. Tíminn segir svo hvenær það verður. En ég finn þessar hugsanir herja á mig. Get ekkert í því gert. Ég þannig að Guði gerð. Eða hætti ekki að tala, þá brjálast ég, sko. Ég ekki svo fólki flest. Ok. Það minn helsti og stærsti brestur. Ég held ég muni alltaf draga skrattan. Get ekkert í því gert. Ég þannig að Guði gerð. Svo en við kunnum allavega að hafa gaman. Eyðileggjum líf okkar og hlæjum síðan yfir þessu saman. Ég að fara að taka stage-stæðut smá stund, sko. En við kunnum allavega að hafa gaman. Eyðileggjum líf okkar og hlæjum síðan yfir þessu saman. Takk fyrir, klappið fyrir mér. Jæja, hvað segir ég gott, motherfuckers? Er allir í stuði? Núna veit ég loksins hvernig svona píanóleikara í andir í veislu líður. Það er bara, ok, fáðu ykkur kaffi, ég heiti MC Gauti, ég ætla að trillast hérna til smástund. Þetta er Þormóður, gefa hann gott klapp, maður heyri ykkur. Ég veit ekki nákvæmlega hvað við erum að gera hérna. Ég veist eitthvað svona startup dæmi, sko. Ég veit hvað við erum að gera hérna. Ég er getting that money, sko. En hérna, við ætlum að flytja fyrir ykkur eitt lag í viðbót og ég vona þið séu að njóta og ég vona þið séu að fá fullt af pening frá makka skefinganinni og við séum bara í miklu stöðu. Þetta er lagið Malbygg, gjörið svo vel. Ég sit á stað þar sem tíminn líður ekki þó ég viti vel að vísarnir þau ferðast en ljósraða í borginni. Í þetta skipti fórst og ég var eftir í þögninni þrá ekkert heitar en að eiga smá vor við þig. Ég veit að ég var heimskur, svo ótrúlega heimskur, veit að ég var fíbl, veit að ég á allt skilið. Grasi grænna hinum megin við mig, hvað veit ég fucking gróður, ég alinn upp á malbyggi. Ég leif og leif og leif og leif og leif, ég leif og leif og leif og leif og leif. Ég alinn upp á malbyggi, ég alinn upp á, við áttum ekki efni á króla, sko. Ég leif og leif og leif og leif og leif, þannig þið verða að syngja þess með mér. Leif og leif og leif og leif og... Já, ég veit að þetta er erfitt. Ég alinn upp á malbyggi, ég alinn upp á... Ég leif og leif og leif og leif og leif í burtu frá þér en ég ras alltaf á andlitið. Er ég reiður út í sjálfum, er ég reiður út í þig því ég er titrandi eins og farsími. Ég búinn að venja mig á vonda siði, ég læt aðra flösku hverfa, kallaðu það partytrygg. Grasi grænna hinum megin við mig, hvað veit ég og fucking gróður, ég alinn upp á meira. Ég leif og leif og leif og leif og... Já, má syngja í falsettu. Ég leif og leif og leif. Hanna, ég alinn upp á malbyggi, ég alinn upp á malbyggi. Ég leif og... Ok. Ég leif og leif og leif og leif og leif, ég alinn upp á malbyggi. Ok. Ég alinn upp á... Það er allir að tjúlast. Ég alinn upp á malbyggi, yeah. Ég alinn upp á, Ég alinn upp á malbyggi, yeah. Ég alinn upp á malbyggi. Takk fyrir mig, ég þessu Gauti. Skemmtið ykkur vel, get that startup money. Geð Þormóður gott klapp.
Já, velkomin aftur. Ef við ekki að byrja því að gefa MC Gauta gott klapp. Það var nú... Yes. Flott. I see that some people went to the bubble car, which is nice. We will of course continue with some mingling and chatting after the event later on, and the bubble car will still be here, and all the presenters and the teams will have their booths, so we can have some, a good time of chatting and getting to know each other better and such. So we commence the second half. We have 5 more presentations for you. And now we're going to go into clothing manufacturing with the goal of sustainability. We have the team Wildness, and please give a warm welcome to their presenter, Philip Polak. Gjörðu svo vel.
Hello, everyone. And thank you. My name is Philip, and I'm one of the founders of Wildness. Wildness is a sustainable outdoor clothing brand, but Wildness is of people who share the same values and passion. Let me tell you a short story. It's pretty personal. It's about me and my brother. We used to grow up in a very small town, far, far away from here. We used to be semi-professional skiers. But each winter, we noticed that there is less and less snow in the mountains where we come from. So we did a pretty rational decision for our age back then, and that's to move as far north as possible to never run out of snow again. And that's what we did. So we can ski forever and ever after. So here we are, one of the most beautiful places on the planet. But even here, we started to notice these small changes. We are skiing on top of melting glaciers. We are surfing in plastic-polluted ocean. Mountains and waves. Mountains and snow, ocean and waves. It's connected. And if one gets hurt, the other one feels it as well. The other one is hurt as well. We at Wildness dedicated ourselves to help the oceans to breathe again, by creating clothing which can make a difference, by creating clothing made out of ocean plastic pollution. And let me show you how we work. We started this company about 3 years ago with my brother, and ever since then we've been bootstrapping it all together. Finding suppliers, fabrics, and etc. But this year is different. All the chain is connected. We have a wonderful team, strong team, which is filled with designers, artists, and environmental professionals. With a lot of experience in branding, in marketing, and especially in the outdoor clothing industry. Let me show you how this is all done. We are in collaboration with a couple other companies. One of them is called Healthy Seas, which collects the ocean plastic pollution, mainly fishing nets, because that's one of the biggest issues which pollutes the oceans and hurts the marine animals. And that goes to Econile in Italy, where it's being regenerated in a special way into yarn and then into fabric, which goes to us, where we design it, combine it with organic materials, manufacture it, and goes to you, into the mountains, to the coastlines, or wherever you are in the outdoors. So by buying our product, you're not only helping the ecosystem to get back on track in a certain way, but you're also buying yourself a really good quality piece of garment for whatever adventure you are on. While it's creating clothing that customers in the outdoors demands and will demand in the future. It's everything you need and you're used to. It's for resistant, breathable, flexible, thermoprotective, antibacterial, soft, ethical, and sustainable. We want to show people that wearing a fully recycled clothing, you're not sacrificing the comfort of technical features of the garment you choose, nor the comfort of it. The outdoor clothing industry in 2021 reached over $230 billion. The sustainable clothing industry reached $15 billion, and it's rapidly growing by 15% a year because people and companies are starting to realize that the only possible future for us now is the sustainable one. So how do we reach our customers? Well, we are collaborating right now with bigger brands than us, such as Red Bull, Jägermeister, which help us to create content. In our case, we already done things like that. We created a movie called Between Fjords. It's about me and my brother, which reached over 1.5 million of views globally. And Fjordlines, a snowboarding movie. Some of you might have seen that. It's about an Icelandic snowboarder. So we are focusing on that. Our presence on social media is really strong. We are content-based. We are a brand. We are not only selling outdoor clothing. We are selling dedication, passion, and inspiration. We want to grow bigger and faster to make a bigger impact. That's why we're reaching to you, investors and creative people, to help us to grow the brand. The clothing outdoor industry is changing, and let's change it for the best. And like one of my favorite writers said, Henry David Thoreau, "In wildness is the preservation of the world." Thank you very much.
Philip, thank you. Tell me, because there's a lot of companies who are doing similar things, and they want to be sustainable. They're taking from the ocean and make it into clothing. In the end of the day, it must be about the clothing and the image and everything like that, and the marketing and the clothing you're making. Is it different from anything else on the market, or what would make it different?
Make it unique.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. A lot of companies like Patagonia, for example, is huge in this, and if Ivan Chinar is watching, he's the best. But they making it slightly different. We are focusing on preserving the oceans, particularly through the fishing nets, because that's actually the biggest issue. The fishing nets, the ghost nets, which are floating in the ocean, people don't even notice. It's been counting 650,000 tons just around the Mediterranean Northern Sea, where we take the fishing nets from. So I think that's pretty unique, because we are focusing on such a niche target of what we actually want to help with, because these fishing nets, they are influencing the reefs and the marine life, which is the ecosystem of the ocean is dependent on that. So I think that's pretty unique for us. Plus, our manufacture is in my small hometown, and we can scale it, of course. But the quality is just, the best we can offer. Like, we are pretty much the same as our competitors. So not particularly different, but pretty much the same. And
okay.
Yeah.
Have you, because you have multiple ways to have impact, by cleaning the ocean and also having sustainable fabrics, and then your social media outreach. So have you calculated the impact that you can have with your company?
No, we didn't really calculate.
I like numbers.
No, I'm not. We have to still see, but I know that our reach is big and can be big. We are influencing people around us to do these things, to pick up the garbage, focusing on the ocean, and like I said, we are we're selling emotions here. So we're really playing on people how to, what they can do better, and to just kind of help their conscience as well in a way. But I'm sorry, we didn't really do any precise calculations.
But it would be good to have that, in your future presentations, some kind of view on that.
For sure.
Have you sold it you started in Iceland or worldwide? Is it just on the web?
Yeah, we started in Iceland and in Czech Republic, is where I'm from. And we have sales there already going on, and we sell all over Europe, but it's nothing big. Like I said, we bootstrap it, so that's why we need more flow so we can make the collections bigger. It's an old school business, you just need to stock up and sell.
So you're going to also, if the investment is also going to go into the marketing and the branding of the name or what you're standing for?
Yeah, absolutely. Go into creation of clothing and branding itself. But we already done a lot of job on branding. Like I said, we have our social media is pretty big, so we kind of can reach big audience already. But it's gonna, of course, get bigger. We want to get big. We have very big goals, and who knows in the future, maybe we can clean up the oceans.
Good.
That's a really good approach.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. So today we've been quite busy with some human challenges or innovations for us humans. But now it's time to tilt the focus a little bit to our pets, because the next team is called Pet Fit Health. And their presentation will be presented on video. So please give a great round of applause to Selma Karlsdóttir. Gjörðu svo vel.
Hi, my name is Selma and I'm the founder of Pet Fit Health. When I was a child, I was never allowed to have a pet, but now I'm a dog owner, dog breeder, and a dog lover. One of my dogs had 7 beautiful puppies last year, but got overweight after that. I found it very hard to follow up on the advice my vet gave me to help her lose weight. Today, way too many dogs are diagnosed with lifestyle diseases such as obesity, and it's an increasing concern of veterinarians and dog owners. We are looking at dogs, for example, getting heart diseases and diabetes due to lifestyle choices made for them by their owners. Dog owners' work hours are very varying. They range from being at home with the dog to being away all day long. Who is taking the dog out for a walk? How much are we feeding the dog? How long is the dog alone at home? And if you're that lucky that you have a dog sitter, don't you want to keep track of what is going on? I'm very blessed to have these 2 talented women with me that have dedicated passion for this product. Elizabeth Hrönn Fjóludóttir is a veterinarian that has passion for dogs and their health care. She has worked for the small animal sector for many years in Iceland, both as a nurse and then later on as a qualified vet surgeon. Nanna Katrín Kristjánsdóttir has diploma in multimedia design and creates amazing solutions for animals and pets. My background is in opera singing and arts. After my degree, I started working in film production service because I found it creative and fascinating. I worked for companies such as Discovery Channel, Paramount Pictures, British Vogue, just to name a few. I am so excited to tell you that our app Pet Fit Health is designed to help dog owners to manage their dog's health in an inspiring and fun way. Plus, it motivates family members in day-to-day activities. Take your dog out for a walk and map it. The app offers the owner the opportunity to set goals regarding the dog's health, set a schedule, keep track of healthcare documents, and follow other dog owners. Just think about it. You can be at work and have a person taking care of your dog and have an overview of everything that you're doing during the day. One way to extend your dog's life is to keep them at healthy weight by feeding them correctly and make sure they get enough exercise and playtime. There are so many sides to dog ownership, and it would be a lot easier to keep track of everything with an app, Pet Fit Health. The past 18 months have been filled with reports of surging adoption rates and lengthening breeder waiting lists. Business has also been booming for pet-oriented startups. Before the pandemic, pet care was already a $100 billion industry in the US. A recent report from Morgan Stanley estimates that the number could triple in next decade, marking a sharp uptick in the growth. Paws, an app that matches dog owner with groomers, saw 125% growth in customers between March and June of last year. 2/3 of new users were first-time dog owners. The growth in dog customers and what they are willing to spend on has also led to a number of new ideas about what pets need and where the business opportunity may lie. We already have apps like WAG that helps you to find the best dog walkers in your area. Chewy that has easily help families to save money on dog product. Good pup that helps train your puppy. But why are people still posting pictures and making Facebook groups for the dogs? Our vision is to have all dog owners in one place. Help vets to follow up and make plans for the owner. That insurance companies and owners have a vested interest in the health of the dog. Offering discounts for dog owners in many areas. We will have direct sale to customers, agreements with insurance companies and pet store chains plus advertising. Our customers are owners of small and medium-sized dogs living in big cities all over the world. There are 30 million potential users of our app in USA alone, with an annual market turnover of $500 million. Our copywriter will write articles for animal lovers' websites, where we will describe our products to users and offer them free trials. We are also going for social media, podcasts, and TV shows. There are so many health apps out there for people, but now it's time for our dogs. For more information, contact selma@petfithealth.com. Thank you.
Já, takk fyrir. We of course remind you that you can use the QR codes if you want to get some more information about the teams and the projects. If there's something that I've learned in my line of work as a stand-up comedian for the last 18 months or so while the pandemic has been going on, is that you don't always need the audience to be in front of you. And this touches the subject that the next team is working on, which is V-Venue. They are developing a pay-per-view and a streaming platform for creators. So please give a warm welcome to their presenter, Guðjón Sveinsson. Gjörðu svo vel.
Hi, my name is Guðjón, and I'm here on behalf of V-Venue, as he said. The live event industry took a big hit last year. I have worked in that industry for 7 years, both as a technician and as a musician. And as so many live events shifted towards streaming, I noticed this really missed opportunity to monetize these events by selling access to them. And I asked myself, why is that? And as I started digging into the currently available solutions, I came to find that the financial barrier to entry is typically too high for small-scale events or requires significant software knowledge. The goal of V-Venue is to break down these barriers and to make pay-per-view streaming accessible to all and bring the value to the people that make it happen. How does it work? The client is responsible for the on-site broadcast and managing the equipment, which today has become relatively simple to do. We then receive the broadcast signal, deliver it to the consumer who pays for the access, and then settle the fees to the creator. Who is it for? We focus on music and sports, so we target artists, venues, sporting clubs, and organizations that have a small but dedicated and supportive fan base. Events that are large or specific enough to attract paying viewers, but not big enough for big media. Some of our current clients include Salurinn in Kópavogur, the football teams in Lengjudildin, the internationally recognized band Vintage Caravan. Our revenue model is based on a fixed platform fee per event. On top of that, we take a revenue share from each sold ticket, and currently we also offer custom front-end services for our larger clients. What makes us unique? Firstly, that the platform will be entirely self-service. There's no manual intervention needed by our team to set up new clients. Secondly, that we are an end-to-end solution that covers the whole digital value chain with a complete video infrastructure and a payment infrastructure. And to give our clients yet another edge, we offer our clients online support for broadcasters to help them improve the quality of their streams. The team. The company was founded last year by myself and Aicha. I have a degree in audio engineering and have been deeply involved in digital sound and video production for many years. Aicha holds a degree in new media and also has a background in design. Our CFO, Hrafn Þórðarson, worked at Valitor for many years, building up their cross-border business, and, for example, was responsible for their initial contract with Stripe. The latest addition to the team is Martin Henderson. Marty has overseen software architecture and development for multiple enterprise-level companies and specializes in large-scale cloud infrastructure using Amazon Web Services. The market. According to Grand View Research, the streaming industry as a whole was valued at $50 billion in 2020 and is estimated to grow by 21% on average each year for the next 7 years. Our projections indicate that we will reach $25 million in revenue by 2024 and to pay out to creators at least 4 times that amount. Timing. There are multiple external factors that are really working in our favor. For example, advances in streaming hardware technology have been massive in the last 3 years or so. The prices of semi-professional broadcast equipment have come down significantly. Network expansion. 4 and 5G have now made it possible to stream and watch from locations you couldn't before, and coverage worldwide is constantly increasing. There's also been changes in how we live. The pandemic has really ushered this cultural change in attitude towards streaming and virtual events in general. Milestones and forward. In March this year, we streamed our very first event, and since then, we have managed over 100 events to about 20 clients with roughly 4,500 consumers. In the fall of this year, we aim to offer our current clients access to a closed beta of the self-service platform. And towards the end of the year, we aim to open that beta up to the public. In 2022, once we launch consumer smart device applications, the platform will be considered officially launched. And in 2023, we will focus on growing our user base, and by 2024, we expect to be profitable. We are now looking to raise the funds necessary to build our vision. An initial seed round will allow us to go to market with a finished product in 6 months and to give us another 12 months to polish and grow the platform. We invite you to join us on our mission to empower creators around the world. Thank you.
Much. It's really an important platform that you're working on here. I'm wondering if you will be able to help your users to get access to the crowd and compete, with all the free entertainment that is available out there, and how you can do that, how you can help your users to do that.
We are not going to be doing that in-house. We are in discussion with companies to partner with to advertise events, to offer our users that option. But that is not our primary focus. The primary focus is, as we mentioned, smaller entities that have already an established fan base, and they have their users that are willing to pay for their content. So they know how to already reach those users. So to answer the question, we will do that through partnerships.
Well, that's a good approach.
What are you going to do with the investment? You're making the prototype or the full...
70% of that is development costs.
Development costs.
Salaries to maintain a development team. A portion of that is going to be legal consulting. There's a lot of red tape involved in the music industry, licenses, royalties. And there are some licensing fees as well with the technology. We're not building all the technology ourselves. Some of it we will license for years. We have contracts that we're lining up for about 3 years into the future. and then take things from there.
Okay. And there must be a lot of competition in this, or what makes you different? Like really, why would company work with you if you are brand new and?
Yeah, as I mentioned, the currently available solutions are expensive to set up, or you need to know how to put up some kind of front end or a website. So it's not very user friendly for the creator to connect all the way to the end consumer. So to have this complete solution in one package, there are solutions where you can have your video platform and then your ticketing platform, but it becomes very complicated for the user.
Good. Okay. Any question for you?
I think I'm done as well. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Takk fyrir. Yes, and we continue. As we have spoken about today, we have all sorts of teams, all sorts of projects, from all sorts of backgrounds, of course. We have really fresh and very new ideas. We have older companies who are innovating new projects and new stuff, basically. And that is the case with the next presenter. From GoTo, we're going back to travel services. Please welcome to the stage their presenter, Haukur Birgisson. Gjörðu svo vel.
Thank you. GoTo was founded in 2013 by my very good friends Sveinn and Sverrir. They founded the company after realizing that the accommodation market was not technically advanced and many guest houses and hotels were still managing reservations by pen and paper. So they built GoTo Property, a world-class hotel management system. They managed to get quite a good market share, and today we service about 1,100 hotels all over Iceland and abroad. Once capturing a good chunk of the market, we started offering services for the hotels, such as helping them do revenue management, taking care of guest communication, and last but not least, communication with travel agencies. By representing hotels all over Iceland and hearing the questions being asked, we were able to pick up on trends that were affecting all hotels. And one thing stood out, and those were requests from travel agencies asking for available rooms. So we started looking into it. In 2017, I started talking to both hotels and travel agencies to figure out how much time was being spent on creating and managing reservations. It turns out it was immense. Everything was being done manually through email, and that's where we saw an opportunity to change things similar to how we disrupted the market with GoTo Property. And that's how Travia was born. As consumers, we expect that when we buy something online, it's delivered immediately. And the modern tourist buys tours online from a modern travel agency that sells tours online. However, what most of you don't know is that after you pay for the trip is when the travel agency actually has to make sure it delivers what you bought. And they do every single booking to all the hotels manually because they lack the direct connection to the hotel systems. With Travia, we have built that connection, a bridge between hotels and travel agencies. Now bookings flow automatically to the inventory system of the hotels, and we ensure that the travel agency has the booking confirmed. With this, we have ensured a huge time saver, increased booking security, and a new way of thinking, along with an increase in revenue for both the travel agency and the hotel. With Travia, we have given the travel agency an opportunity to compete with the giants on the market, such as Booking.com. Today, we are servicing 95% of the hotel inventory in Iceland, with over 250 travel agencies registered in the system, using it every day. The business model of Travia is based on transaction fees. We charge from €0.50 to €1 for each booked night, and there are no startup fees. It's as simple as it can get. Travia has been growing exponentially since the beginning of the year, with over 700 booking nights created on average every single day. We have been here before, and we believe that we can do it again. GoTo has been bootstrapped and grown rapidly since 2015, as you can see. Right now, we have about 50 employees in 4 different countries. Our core team consists of the founders, Sveinn and Sverrir, the first hire, Katrín, who is the CEO of GoTo, and I'm the CEO of Travia. But now we want to keep growing and think big. That means venturing abroad to foreign markets, take on the big stage, and become a powerhouse in global tourism IT. With our knowledge and experience and seeing how Travia is breaking through and gaining attention from large companies all over the world, we realize that we have a unique opportunity. The competition that Travia has is basically email and phone. But Travia is a self-sign-up, self-setup software as a service product. It's low risk for both hotels and travel agencies to sign up, and our data shows that users keep coming back to use the software. When we venture abroad, this is where we can upsell them our other fantastic products that we have built. We have a solid plan to acquire customers abroad, and we tested that plan in South Africa last year. The plan is like this. We partner up with travel agencies who commit to use the software, and they give us access to all of the hotels that they use. So with this first test deal, we're already getting 80 new hotels overnight. And we expect that these 80 hotels will boost our total number of booked nights by 30%. And using this same plan, we have already made an agreement with an international airline who will use Travia starting next year. And with that deal, we expect the total number of booked nights to double. And that's just 2 deals that we have already locked in. We are now looking for partners to grow aggressively. We have the playbook, we have the experience, and we are facing a unique opportunity. Thank you.
Fantastic. This is getting better and better. The important, it's your team to reach out to let people know about your brand is of course like tricky, of course, because you need to make a deal with individual hotels, or you have to. It takes quite a time, isn't it?
Not necessarily. So there are multiple ways to do this. So in one deal, for example, we partnered up with a software company that does services for travel agencies. And they have then connections to multiple travel agencies, which have access to multiple hotels. So it's kind of like a one deal package kind of thing. Okay. But we can also go venture out and talk to individual hotels or hotel chains and have them connected, and then they will tell their partners, travel agencies, to use the software to create bookings.
And you're going to take the whole world, or?
Of course.
Yeah. And you're going to start like in one country, or?
I mean, we kind of tested this deal in South Africa, so we feel it's natural to continue there. But we're looking into partnership in Norway and Denmark at the moment. But we're open for, we're in dialogue with a lot of like these tech companies that service the travel agencies. So it's like they are all over the world. So it's kind of like we don't have to go country by country per se.
Exactly.
I've been thinking that people have been moving away from using travel agencies, and that is a declining market. But you have basically inspired me with your pitch that you might be creating something totally new here with your product.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe something more than just access to inventory for the travel agencies.
Yeah, I mean, the modern travel agencies today, and we have examples of that in Iceland with large travel agencies here that are basically in competition with the large giants like Booking.com. And it seems, at least today, that the market of travel agencies is growing a little bit every year. And I think that like travel agencies are the local knowledge of every market. So if you're traveling somewhere exotic, you're way more likely to consider using a travel agency than planning it by yourself.
Yeah. Fresh new type of travel agencies using your platform. That's interesting.
And the plan is to do what now? To raise capital?
And take over the world.
and take over the world. What is the time plan?
Our plan right now is basically to get a foothold in these markets by, for example, partnering up with companies. And of course, we have to keep on developing and creating new features, deliver faster to the market. And so we need, like, I would say, development, sales, and marketing. That's like the focus.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Then it's time for the last presentation for today. Well, some of the team's projects today have obviously been connected with the challenges and the opportunities which the current crisis is having an effect on us, and that is definitely true for the next team, which focuses on remote working. So please welcome to the stage from Swap Agency, their presenter, Davíð Rafn Kristjánsson. Gjörðu svo vel.
Thank you. My name is David, and I'm the CEO and founder of Swap Agency. Let me start with a question. Who in here has ever worked remotely? Raise your hand. This is the future of work. When I was studying law in Asia 15 years ago, I met some remote workers. And it blew my mind that you could create your life like this. So I was certain at that time the future of work was about to change. My obsession about future of work led me back in 2017 to establish Swap Agency. And we came across a problem. How to pay remote workers. Many companies think there are only two options. Either entity set up in a foreign country or pay them as contractors. Setting up an entity in a foreign country, well, it has complexity, it's time-consuming, expensive, and has its compliance issues. Paying them as contractors, well, then the headache goes to the contractor, where and how to pay taxes and etc. So, what is the solution? Employer of record. Employer of record has been in use since the 1960s. So what is employer of record? It's when a third-party organization hires the worker on the company's behalf. Another example, a worker in California moves to Denmark, Swap Agency then hires this person in Denmark while he continues to work for the California company. So, what Swap Agency provides in this example is local knowledge, fast onboarding, cost efficiency, and fully compliant. This is the essence of what Swap Agency offers, employer of record. Competition. On the screen, these are all employer of record companies, global ones. On the left side, you can see these consulting firms been in the game for a long time, doing things manually and focusing on global expansion for companies. In the middle, you can see 3 unicorns today that have received over $200 million in funding, and they disrupted the market with a simple tax solution. What do all of these companies have in common? They're all B2B. We put COVID-19 there because it's a big factor in how we crafted our plan. We will focus on the remote worker, B2C. Why? Because that is an underserved, growing market waiting to be targeted. Key points. 70% of our business leads today come from the remote workers themselves, not the companies. Let that sink in for a second. We did a survey. 92% of remote workers would like to have benefits when settling into a new country. Oh man, for you long. Our plan, we will focus on remote workers. We are creating a software for remote workers where you have access to a world of benefits and you can get employer of record services with one click. Imagine the marketing. Free benefits for all, no strings attached. Business model. Our business model is simple. Monthly percentage of total employee's cost or fixed fee. This is our current one. Our average fee per month per employee is 148,000 ISK. The team. We have the engine, the visionary, the tech guru, and the compliance guy. This team has been together for over 3 years and gained the necessary experience and skills to take us to the next step. Traction. We have managed to get high-profile clients that trust Swap Agency with their remote workers. Looking at the graph, we've bootstrapped the journey since 2017, grown financially each year, 2021 being at 120 million ISK so far. These predictions we estimate without funding. Our vision, enabling workers, remote workers to smoothly and confidently work from anywhere in the world. Imagine, millions of people were pushed to work at home during COVID, and those who were working from home are now realizing that they can work from abroad. So the time is now. Thank you.
Maybe my first question is about, is it about access to talent or solving some technological problems with payroll and stuff like that?
No, so what happens, either companies or remote workers come to us, they have relocated, let's take Iceland for example, and say, we need you to solve this problem because the company does not want to set up an entity and I don't want to be a contractor. And that's where we come in and solve this with employer of record.
So you're not helping companies finding employees?
No.
No. Okay, great. I'm also thinking about just the scalability. You have a compliance guy on your team. Yeah. Isn't it quite complicated to scale into different markets?
This is very interesting. I want to refer to the 3 unicorns in the middle of the slide, the competition slide. So one of them used 180 law firms around the world to partner up to take care of the local knowledge in each market. The other one, remote, they are opening up their own companies in each country to be able to do this. They, so we're offering now 20 countries, we're offering 40 countries, 60, so they can't say right away we are offering 180 countries. So I think these are the 2 ways. You either open up a business in Denmark, do it yourself with an accounting firm, or you partner up.
And maybe if you partner up, your margin goes down. If you create your own entity in that country, margins goes up. So with these unicorns, what they did, they got funding, and they slowly and steadily, where the demand for workers in each country, they started an entity there, and they're building up slowly.
So we want to use, there was one called Papaya Global, and we want to, it's like a blended model. We will set up our own company either in the country, we are the strongest, but use partners elsewhere.
Because the mother company needs to be somewhere where the tax, it's Holland með 111 samninga við ykkur félög. Í heiminum, does it matter that you have to be in the mother company? Are you in Iceland? Is Iceland?
So all of these companies I shown you before, they're, you know, a small portion of companies that are going into this market because it's growing. And no, it doesn't matter. One is it's in US, so Papaya Global is Israeli.
It doesn't matter. Like,
no.
Okay. And how much money do you need, and what are you going to use?
So we are looking for, like our plan for the next 24 months, we need 330 million, and we have crafted out a plan for what and where we need to go in each stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Before my last question, I want to thank all the team because fantastic, actually, the presentation, each one of them, and the team who worked here. It's getting so good, better and better. So you must be doing something great. I saw it in the beginning when you started, and now it's fantastic. And thank you guys, it's really good. And then, because you are the last, so you need to finish with a pa-da, something incredible. So we need to, my last question is over to you. You can do whatever you like. So, boom, big bang, take it away.
No pressure.
Yeah. Give us money.
We can tell you, we have partnered up, like some of these companies, and we have contacts in over 180 countries. So if you want to work abroad, you have a single point of contact here that can get you anywhere in the world.
There's one quote. I saw in England there was a survey that 92% didn't want to go back to the work they had before. They wanted to do something different. So maybe that's the way.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so this concludes our program for today. I want to use the opportunity and please give a great round of applause for our panel, Magnús and Tekla. And a really, really great applause for the whole team for scheduling this whole thing. It's been marvelous. There is no doubt in my mind that we will see some successful companies emerging from these teams. And now it's Friday. We have the disco balls going on. The bubble car is still here. The teams will be here with their booths, so you can go and chat and mingle. And so please stay for a little while and let's have a talk. And just from myself, it's been really enjoyable. So thank you very much for today, and we'll see you outside.